The first part of our program this afternoon will be a live action drama. Please be mindful that no one is allowed anywhere on or around the stage to take pictures during the drama, although video recorders and other cameras are permitted if operated from your seat. Please be considerate of others by not blocking their view. And please do not use flash or any other form of electronic lighting. No cameras or recording devices are to be connected to the electrical or sound systems at the convention, nor should equipment be placed in aisles or in traffic areas. The drama about to unfold before us will highlight Jehovah's intense desire to act as the provider of escape in behalf of all those choosing to follow his righteous ways. But what does it mean to walk by faith? What challenges might this bring? And why can we be certain that following Jehovah's direction always works for our everlasting good? Brother Vaughn Ford has been working with a cast of characters for several weeks, and we invite him to introduce the drama entitled Walk by Faith and Not by Sight.
What Jehovah tells us is for our good. Micah 6 verse 8 says, He has told you, O earthling man, what is good. And what is Jehovah asking back from you but to exercise justice and to love kindness and to be modest in walking with your God? Sometimes, though, obedience to God is difficult. For example, it's not always easy to be no part of this world. We may feel that we are missing out on what the world has to offer. As this wicked world drags on, are we tempted to let down our spiritual guard? Are we going to be trapped by materialism? Are we putting off the arrival of the great tribulation, thinking that it's a long way off, so we might as well get what we can out of this world? Are we so worried about when the end will come that we can't even see the evident fulfillment of prophecy around us? Are we holding on tightly to our material possessions, thinking that they can provide some sort of protection? Do the older men of the congregation offer wise counsel to younger ones so that they can walk in spiritual shoes, not material ones? These questions are pertinent because the Apostle Paul wrote at 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7, For we are walking by faith, not by sight. What will help us to do that? Walk by faith and not by sight. That's the focus of our drama today. In the year 66 of our common era, the Jews rise up in revolt against the Romans. Jewish rebels or zealots swarm into Jerusalem and slaughter the Roman forces there. Within 3 months, a Roman army of 30,000 troops arrives at Jerusalem during the Festival of Booths and quickly penetrates the suburbs all the way to the temple. Pagan soldiers are now defiling Judaism's holiest site. The Christians in the city recall Jesus' words, When you catch sight of the disgusting thing standing in a holy place, then let those in Judea begin fleeing to the mountains. Would they show faith in Jesus' prophetic words and be moved to act accordingly? As matters turn out, their lives depend on it. But how? How could they flee when the Romans are in the city? Suddenly, and for no apparent reason, Cestus Gallus withdraws his troops and retreats toward the coast with the zealots in hot pursuit. Amazingly, the tribulation on the city has been cut short. Demonstrating their faith in Jesus' prophetic warning, the Christians flee from Jerusalem to Pella, a neutral city located in the mountains across the Jordan River. Their escape is timely. The zealots soon return to Jerusalem and force the remaining inhabitants to join in the rebellion. Meanwhile, safe at Pella, the Christians await further developments. As the events in this drama unfold, take notice of how the months and the years pass from 66 to 70. Time seemed to go on, and nothing seemed to be happening. When would this foretold destruction take place? Should the Christians go back to Jerusalem? What about their business interests there? Maybe they had time. Well, within months, a new Roman army under Vespasian advances on Jerusalem near Passover of the year 70, trapping the residents and pilgrims inside the city. They stripped the Judean countryside of trees to build a 7-kilometer wall of pointed stakes around the beleaguered capital. This is just as Jesus foretold. Your enemies will build around you a fortification with pointed stakes and will encircle you and distress you from every side. Finally, after a siege lasting 5 months, Jerusalem falls. The city and its grand temple are plundered and burned and torn apart stone by stone. The dead total some 1,100,000. Another 97,000 are sold into slavery. Meanwhile, the Christians in Pella give heartfelt thanks to Jehovah God for their deliverance. Their faith in Bible prophecy has preserved their very lives. Though we have no way of knowing the details of what took place during those years from 66 to 70, the drama that you are about to see focuses on situations that may well have occurred. The opening scene begins in the year 66 inside the home of a Christian couple.
Where is he? Your father should have been home by now. I'm so worried.
Mother, people are running.
Ziff, I will not tell you again. Get away from the window.
No. Something's happened. I'm trying to hear what the people are calling out.
It's the Romans. They've broken through the walls. What will we do now? Oh, where is your father? What if he doesn't come? Oh, Jehovah, protect him. Do you see him, Ziff? Do you see him? Oh, Jehovah, God of tender mercies, help us, please. Do you see him, Ziff? Is he coming?
Yes, I see him.
Rachel, I bring news.
Where have you been?
I told you, with the congregation elders. The latest news.
You've been gone for more than an hour. I thought you had been taken captive or killed. The Romans are coming. They will soon be here.
Rachel, I've been trying to tell you. The Romans are not coming. They've not entered the city. In fact,
I have been sick with worry.
Come now, Rachel. I am here, and I won't leave your side again. Now, let me tell you what's happening. The Romans are leaving.
Leaving?
I know. It seems incredible. They undermined the temple wall only yesterday. The city was theirs, but now they're pulling away. Jehovah's hand is in this. Do you realize what this means?
Father, men are running toward the gate. They have swords and bows.
When the congregation elders first met today, we talked and prayed about how we could obey the command of Jesus to leave Jerusalem. You can't simply walk out of a city under siege.
The Romans would like that.
As we were talking about this, the son of Joel came rushing into the room and told us that the Romans were withdrawing. This is it. This is our opportunity. We must leave today, before night falls.
What about my brother Beriah? Did you see him?
No, but I spoke with Nahum. He's preparing to load a wagon. He wants to take as much as he can.
Oh, Shebuel, if only we had a wagon.
Father, will all the brothers leave?
Yes, Ziff. The elders are alerting everyone.
What of the older ones?
Arrangements have been made. Ethan will leave with us.
Good. I love Ethan. Where is he now?
He is coming, Ziff. During the past few days, he went to the homes of all the brothers. He read to them from his scrolls, reassuring them.
He is such a dear man.
Come, we must move quickly.
Rachel, have you heard?
Beriah, we know that the Romans are retreating.
They're retreating and we're going after them. They will pay a heavy price for attacking God's holy city.
Father, do you think the angel of Jehovah will strike them down as one of them did the Assyrians?
No need, Ziff. That's a job that we can handle.
We're leaving, Beriah.
Leaving? Why? Where are you going?
Don't you remember what Mother told us when we were children? Jesus said, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, flee to the mountains. A great tribulation is coming upon this city. Many will fall by the sword.
What swords? Whose swords? The Romans are retreating. Our people are preparing to give chase. This is a great day. Let no one tell you otherwise. Men will remember this day as a tribute to the Jewish nation. It's a day of deliverance.
Beriah, it's not Jerusalem that Jehovah delivers today. It's his people.
His people. You think that means you? You Christians? What about me? Your brother? Am I no one in God's eyes? Do I keep the Sabbath for nothing? Do I not pray in the temple? Am I not a man of God as well?
Please, Beriah, not today, not now.
You will bring my sister to ruin.
Just come with us, Beriah. It means life.
Where do you intend to go?
To the north, to Pella.
Have you gone mad? That's a Gentile city. This is absolute folly. Stay behind these heavy walls. Here there is security.
Here there's danger.
Outside these walls, there are ravenous men who will swallow you down like hungry lions. The roads are not safe.
You must come with us.
Who do you know in Pella? What provisions do you have? Winter is coming. Don't you see?
Beriah, where are you? The men wait for you.
I have to go. I beg of you, do not leave me. I have neither wife nor child, only my sister. You will break my heart. Show some pity. She is all I have.
Shebuel, I fear I cannot go.
Oh, Rachel, at a time like this, you allow your faith to falter?
I can't help it. These past few days have turned me into a weakling.
Come, my dear. Where is the trust in your heavenly Father?
It's still there.
Then come with me. We must do this.
May Jehovah bring peace to this home.
Welcome, Ethan. Are you ready to leave?
Yes, but with a heavy heart. I grieve to think what is to befall this city.
Will others join us?
Not immediately. Large groups attract attention. The 4 of us can travel together. We will meet others on the road to Jericho. Most will leave the city individually or by twos.
From Jericho, we'll make our way north through the Jordan Valley over to Pella. We should avoid the Roman roads wherever possible.
Is that all you're bringing with you, Ethan?
What else is there?
I don't know.
I don't need much. These scrolls are the important things.
Then let's go. We can care for your needs along the way. After all, you're like a father to us.
Father, can I bring my flute?
What's wrong, my darling?
How I wish that Beriah would listen to us.
So do I. Are we ready?
Oh, do you know what we've forgotten? Nahum, do you know what we've forgotten?
What?
My costly oils. They were in those alabaster cases that came from Egypt. They're valuable.
We're not going back.
You can wait here. I'll run back and get them.
No, you're not going back. Most, maybe all the brothers left the city long ago. Jesus said to leave quickly. You know that. If we delay, we may not survive the destruction.
It won't take much time.
No.
Nahum.
What?
What if the destruction doesn't come right away?
You mean what if Jesus was wrong or was joking?
I was thinking about our home. We have a lot to lose.
I locked the doors.
Are you sure?
Yes. Abital, everything is locked. I have the key right here.
Let me see it, or else I will not be able to sleep tonight.
Now, no more. Don't worry. You need a battering ram to break into our home.
Nahum.
What?
What of the business?
Gideon will care for things. If there's anything left to care for after the destruction. He thinks Shebuel and I are crazy to leave the city.
You left him in charge? He's not a brother.
Who else is there? The brothers have all gone.
I don't trust him.
He's worked for Shebuel and me for 18 years and knows the business. There was no one else. Be careful now. Those men at the gate are zealots.
And where do you think you are going?
My good man, I am Nahum, the wine merchant. And this is my wife, Abital. We're leaving to visit friends in the north.
Are you feeding and clothing his family? What is all of this? I think you're deserting.
Oh, no. No, my brother. You know how it is with women. They travel with many things.
You lie! You favor the Gentiles. A lover of Romans we have here. They're running, and now you want to run with them.
That's not true.
I am a God-fearing man. Please, let us pass.
Don't you know that men are needed here? Walls need to be repaired. Armed men are needed. Weapons need to be forged. At the time we need you the most, you are leaving the city.
Please, I beg you, let us pass. Here, let me give you something. Red wine. It's the best in Jerusalem.
You disgust me.
I recognize this man. He's a Christian.
They're as bad as the Romans. Apostates and accursed people. They won't fight for us. Let me deal with him right now.
Leave him alone. He can go. Christians are of no use to us.
Thank you. Oh, bless you, sir.
Take the wagon.
But, sir!
The wagon stays. Off with you and your kind. And do not return. For on the day of your return, I promise you, not even your Savior will be able to help you.
Are we doing the right thing, Nahum? Are we?
We have no choice now. Let's press on. We've come this far.
What is it, my son? What troubled you?
It's just... it's nothing.
Come now. You can tell me.
Ethan, I used to think like the Jews, that we were safe behind the grand walls that protected our city. But now look at us. We're out in the open, a day's journey from Jerusalem, unarmed, in harm's way, and at the mercy of every thief, scoundrel, and murderer around.
Not so. Our God is a fortress to his loyal ones. We acted in faith. That's why we're here. We have nothing to fear. Jehovah will care for us.
Oh, Ethan, if only I had your faith.
You do have faith, Shebuel. Continue to walk in the truth, and you'll never falter.
I worry too much. It's good we found a place at the inn for Rachel and Ziph. They were so tired. It will soon be dark. How long do you think we should wait for Nahum and Abital?
They must be on their way by now. If they do not come by dawn, I'll go back to see what happened.
No, if there's a need to go back, I'll go. Nahum and I have been close friends from childhood, and business partners too. When we were children, we would buy birds that others had captured. We'd tame them and sell them as pets. We used to pretend. He would be Jesus or one of the apostles. I usually played the role of someone sick who needed a cure, or someone dead who needed a resurrection.
Did you ever pretend that you were fleeing from Jerusalem?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. We did talk about it over the years, though we didn't think the end would come in our lifetime. Still, Nahum responded quickly to the situation. I wish I had a wagon to carry our things.
The wagon? Yes. I hope that's not a problem.
Why would it be?
Well, Jesus said that the man on the housetop should not come down to take goods out of his house. To me, that meant urgent action. I wonder if it was wise for Nahum and Abital to bring so much with them.
I hope they come soon. You must be tired. Why don't you try to rest? I'll keep watch.
Maybe I will.
Ethan, someone's coming.
My brothers, are we glad to see you? This is a day of despair, as dark as the gloom of this night.
What happened?
We were robbed. We had loaded our clothing, food, valuables. There was such elation in the streets, people talking, laughing, crying with joy. Hardly anyone noticed us until we got to the city gate. The men had swords. There was nothing we could do.
They stole our wagon and everything on it. Vile men. They deserve to die.
All of this has happened so quickly. Too quickly. Ethan, you gave us so little time. Now look what has happened to us. Perhaps it would have been wiser to wait until things settled down a little.
Nahum, my brother, I'm truly sorry about what happened to you. It must have been terrible to be confronted by those men. but we've all had to leave things behind. What we have done is what Jesus commanded us to do. We have expected this situation for many years. You know that.
I hope you're right about this.
Come, my friends. Let me help you carry some of your things. The others are at the inn not far from here.
Oh.
Stranger, are you all right?
I curse this road. I curse this darkness. My poor knee.
These are Roman swords.
Give them to me. They're mine. You can go get your own.
What do you mean?
The road to the north. Slain soldiers, many of them. Romans? Yes. Swords, armor, supplies. I wish I could have gathered more. Go see for yourselves. Soon the Romans will be forced to leave behind their battering rams, catapults, siege engines. I wonder how much a battering ram would sell for in Jerusalem. You men are unarmed. Do you want to buy a sword? These belong to officers. You could tell by the hilts.
We are slaves of the Most High God and disciples of Christ Jesus. We have no part in this conflict, and we carry no weapon.
If you don't carry a sword, you may soon find yourself slaves of somebody else.
Our weapons are of a spiritual nature, nothing more.
You stand defenseless. God help you.
He never fails those who stay close to him.
I'm hungry. Do you have something to eat?
Yes. Here, take this bread and a little fish.
Oh, thank you, my friend. What are you doing out here at night? Never mind. Here, take this short sword. You'll need it. There are dangers, especially at night. Farewell, strangers, and may God bless you for giving me the food. The Romans have left Jerusalem, and according to this man, they are in full retreat. Can we really trust his words?
Why would he lie?
Well, I thought the city was to fall by the sword as soon as we got out of it. Jesus said that it would be just as the days of Lot. Lot left Sodom, and then fire came down from heaven suddenly, on that very day.
What's your point, Nahum?
If the Romans are really retreating, they cannot destroy the city. Unless, this must be the answer. This is not a retreat. It's a trap. A cunning trick. They must be trying to draw the Jewish fighters out of the city, just like the strategy Joshua used at Ai.
That makes sense to me.
Why else would Gallus just leave? Roman soldiers are waiting in ambush, ready to pounce like a lion on some unsuspecting prey. That must be the answer. Shebuel, that's it, isn't it? Why else would Jesus have told us to leave so quickly? Ethan, what do you think?
We have done what Jesus told us to do. That is the important thing. I grieve for Jerusalem. Let us go. We are all weary.
I'll need this to cut my meat.
Welcome, welcome, my brothers. We have all been waiting for you. I am Jonathan, son of Josiah the carpenter. Welcome to Pella. Have you come from Jerusalem?
Yes, I am Ethan. This is Shebuel, his wife, Rachel, his son, Ziph. This is Nahum and his wife, Abital.
Thank you for meeting us.
Others from Judea and Jerusalem told us you were coming. Our elders have arranged accommodations for all of you. Come, you must be tired. A meal has been prepared.
Thank God we've arrived. I'm famished.
Not for long, my sister.
Have you heard anything about Jerusalem? Has it fallen?
I have heard no such news. The only news is of the Romans.
Have they returned to Jerusalem?
Returned? No. Did you not hear what happened at Beth-horon?
We've heard nothing. Tell us.
As the army came through the pass leading to the city, the Jews rained down arrows from above. Only nightfall saved the retreating Romans from disaster. They entered Beth-horon and took refuge there, and the Jews surrounded the city. Gallus stationed 400 of his men on the roofs. All night long the men shouted watchman calls so that the Jews thought that the army was still there. But Gallus quietly slipped his army out of the city and headed for the coast.
What happened to the 400 men on the roofs?
At daybreak, the Jews killed them, but the army had escaped and the Jews could not overtake them. Still, the Jews killed over 5,000 Romans, so they say. Jewish losses were light. They returned to Jerusalem in triumph. They're saying that God has delivered the holy city from Rome just as he delivered it from Sennacherib in the days of Hezekiah.
Maybe they're right.
Rome will not tolerate such humiliation. There will be terrible retribution for this.
There are so many tales being told, it's hard to distinguish what is true and what is false. But apparently what I have just told you is well established.
We thank you, Jonathan, for meeting us and for making arrangements for our lodging.
Come with me. You will see that Jehovah has been good to us.
Oh, Nahum, what have we done? Look at this place. It's dreadful. I say we acted too quickly.
I know. I know.
Look at what I have to feed us with. This is all the grain they would give me. I'm tired of this place. I'm tired of the cold. I'm tired of not living in my own home. I'm tired of living among Gentiles. They're so uncultured. I don't trust them. I don't even feel comfortable with some of our Gentile brothers. We've been in this horrible place for 1 year. We can't stay here, Nahum. If we can't go back to Jerusalem, let's go someplace else. Life in Pella has become unbearable.
I know. I know. You sing the same song every day. Be patient. We will go home, but not yet. I want Shebuel to come with us.
Why?
He can help us reclaim the business.
Do you think you can persuade him to go?
I've known Shebuel all my life. He's like clay in my hands. So little? Why so little? There's hardly enough to feed a mouse.
The brother said that last week, when you collected from the congregation's stores, you demanded an extra portion. I said to him, "That's a lie. How dare you accuse my husband of such a thing?" It was a lie, wasn't it?
I was hungry. I was hungry. We live without our home. Must we also live without food? In Jerusalem, we ate lamb with wine. My wine. Here, we eat bread and drink water. I'm wasting away. Do you remember that wine we got from Lebanon 2 years ago? I dread to think of what has happened to my business. I haven't heard from Gideon in the 11 months we've been in this wilderness. He probably thinks we're never coming back and is taking everything for himself. I will deal with him.
May you have peace, Nahum. Abital?
Ah, Shebuel, my friend. Hello, Ziph. Welcome. We were just speaking of you. Can I offer you some wine from Lebanon? I'm joking, of course. I wish I had wine from Lebanon. Abital and I were just remembering that batch we got from there 2 years ago.
Much has changed since then, Nahum.
It certainly has. Do you remember the banquets we had? What food! Music! We offered hospitality to brothers visiting from all over the world.
And we put a few shekels in their hands, too.
Once you let me play my flute, Brother Nahum.
And everyone enjoyed your performance. You were doing so well with your studies in music, Ziph. So many good teachers in Jerusalem. Do you have anyone here to teach you?
No, not really.
I'm sorry, Ziph. You have a gift. You have talent. It should be developed.
I agree. It would be a sin to waste your talent. Of course, the best teachers are found in Jerusalem. You must come and play for us one evening, Ziph.
I would like that.
Well, we've all had to make sacrifices. Isn't it ironic? Look at us. Nahum and Shebuel, the charitable ones, now rely on the charity of others. Nahum and Shebuel, the respected wine merchants, now break their backs in someone else's vineyard. And the grapes we toil to produce, the goats in Jerusalem would spit them out.
True, it's difficult.
And what of Gideon, the man we left in charge? Have we heard a single word from him?
No, Not a whisper. Good day, Ethan.
Ethan, welcome.
Look, I brought you grain. A brother from the north sent it as a gift to the congregation. We have divided it equally among the brothers. There's one for your household, too, Shebuel.
Ah, Ethan, we're grateful for this. Still, this grain will not last long. And then what? What will we eat then? Food is becoming scarce. Soon there will be none left.
Food shortages are everywhere. Jesus foretold that this would come about. You know that. And you know that Jesus said that Jehovah would provide for his faithful ones. Where is your faith, Nahum? Do you remember the famine that occurred 20 years ago during the reign of Claudius?
Of course.
We were so hungry, and the brothers came from Antioch with all that food. You helped to distribute it. Jehovah cared for us then, and he will care for us now, if we remain close to him.
There's no shortage of food in Jerusalem now. I've heard that there are large stores, enough to withstand a siege for years.
Your heart is still in Jerusalem, isn't it, my brother?
How could it not be? I was born there. I lived there all my life. Jerusalem is my home, and one day I hope to return. Look, here is the key to my house. I keep it here next to my heart to remind me. It's what keeps me going. Mwah!
May I see it? You must take this key and get rid of it, Nahum. Take it up into the hills and bury it. This is our home now. Make it yours. There's no reason to believe that we'll ever go back to Jerusalem.
Don't say such things.
Well, there's food there. Here we are like the Israelites in the wilderness, only there's no manna to eat.
No, my brother. The 40 years in the wilderness was a punishment for Israel. Our being here is a blessing.
A blessing? What blessing?
We all know the answer to that. Ziph, why did Jesus tell us to leave Jerusalem?
Because the city will be destroyed.
As we speak, Galilee is falling to the Romans. Vespasian is there with a force of 60,000. Vespasian, one of Rome's greatest generals. City after city has fallen to him. He will not spare Jerusalem.
Yes. I know Jerusalem will fall. Eventually. The question is when. I don't want to spend the rest of my life here if the end is not coming soon. Why should I be an alien resident when I can comfortably reside in Jerusalem, my home? The critical question is when. When will the end come? It could be many years away.
Yes, Ethan. I tend to agree on that point.
It doesn't matter when or how the end will come. What matters is that we're faithful. We left Judea as Jesus commanded.
We've already done that. But life here is so difficult.
Yes, and that involves a measure of hardship for all of us. I'm sure it was the same for Abraham and Sarah, who left the prosperous city of Ur to live in tents. They never returned, and Jehovah blessed them. Jehovah will bless us, too. Of this, though, there's no doubt. What Jesus foretold about the coming tribulation will come upon Jerusalem in God's due time. Meanwhile, we should focus on what the Lord wants us to do now.
I know, we should preach. But as you know, Ethan, some of those to whom we preach think us to be fools. Not just because of what we preach, but also because we ran away from our homes, proclaiming a destruction that has not taken place.
People thought Jesus to be a fool, too. If we become fully involved in the work at hand, we will not yearn for what we've had to give up. Did not Jesus say, "No one has left house, or brothers, or sisters, or mother, or father, or children, or fields for my sake, and for the sake of the good news, who will not get 100-fold now, and in the coming system of things, everlasting life"?
I can't argue with you, Ethan. Maybe I need more faith.
So do I.
Faith is essential, especially in these critical times. We must walk by faith and not by sight.
What does that mean?
Walking by faith means to trust in God's direction and to let that guide our steps. Walking by sight means to live by what appeals to our physical senses. I'm your brother. and I want to help you. Please let me talk to you about how we can strengthen our faith.
Come in.
Rejoice, my dear friends. This is a blessed day.
Nahum, what is it?
I have good news. After 2 years in this place, finally some good news.
What news?
The danger has passed. Did I not tell you this would happen? Rome is in chaos.
What?
It is true. Emperor Nero has committed suicide. General Vespasian will not move against Jerusalem unless he has direction from Rome. Once again, Jehovah has delivered the holy city and its people. You know what this means, don't you? There is no longer any threat.
How do you know all of this?
From Jews who have just arrived here from Galilee. Now is the time, Shemuel.
Time for what?
We must go back to Jerusalem. Now is the time to act.
What do you have in mind?
We go back, collect a few things from our homes, and see what's happening with our business. If we find that things are fine, perhaps we could stay a while. If not, we leave immediately. Perhaps we even sell what remains. What do you say? Rachel, we could even inquire about your brother Beriah and see how he is faring.
Could you, Shemuel? Perhaps even reason with him and bring him to Pella. I miss him so.
I know how fond you are of your brother. He would be touched by your thoughtfulness. What do you say, Shemuel? Not a minute longer in this dreadful place. We need to move quickly on this.
I'm not sure it's the right thing to do. I've discussed this at length with Ethan.
Ethan? I mean no disrespect toward Ethan, but he's old and rigid in his views. You must not base your decisions on his opinions.
It's not his words that matter. Ethan himself says so. It's the words of Jesus that we are to heed.
We did what Jesus told us to do. We fled. He didn't say that we should never return. Besides, nothing has happened. Perhaps Jehovah changed his mind about destroying Jerusalem. Did he not do so with Nineveh, a city filled with uncircumcised worshippers of false gods? Is it not reasonable that Jehovah would have mercy upon Jerusalem? Home to the temple? Home to his named people?
Ah, there are differences here. The people of Nineveh repented. That's not true of Jerusalem today. Also, you well know that the Jews are no longer God's people. The Apostle Paul made that clear in his letter he wrote to us a few years ago.
Look, it's obvious Jehovah has recently protected the city. Not once, but twice. First with the rout of Cestius Gallus. Second is the restraint now imposed upon Vespasian. But let's assume for a moment that Jehovah does intend to bring destruction upon Jerusalem. When will that be? We thought that destruction would come as soon as we left, but it didn't. Am I right?
Yes, you and I thought that.
And tell me this. Jehovah foretold the destruction of Solomon's temple, did he not?
He did.
By what prophets?
By several.
Yes, by Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Isaiah. Am I right?
Yes. Your point?
How long in advance did he foretell that destruction?
I don't remember. It had to be several hundred years. Your point, Nahum. Your point.
Several hundred years. That's the point. Jehovah is a patient God. He does not delight in the death of the wicked. If he waited hundreds of years in the past, why would he rush into action now?
I don't know. You've heard the reports about Jerusalem. Factions are fighting for control. There's violence, bloodshed.
Such tales are embellished and exaggerated with every retelling. Every city has its problems.
Still,
there are hundreds, maybe thousands, of Jewish families with children who march into Jerusalem 3 times a year for the festivals. They go, they come. Nothing happens to them. They are not fearful.
What do you think, Rachel?
Well, it worries me when you are gone for even a day, but maybe it would be safe for you to go there for a little while.
That's all I'm asking.
Father, I have a letter for you. It's from Jerusalem.
This is from Gideon. It's addressed to both of us, Nahum.
It's about time. What does he say?
Very little. He says that he is sorry he hasn't contacted us before now, that things have been difficult, but he is planning to come here soon and will give us a full report.
Gideon is coming here? That's wonderful.
This changes things, Nahum. Don't you think it would be wise to hear what he says before we gallop off to Jerusalem?
Maybe so, but I hope he comes soon. Greetings, neighbors. You look ready for a journey.
Yes, we are going to Jerusalem.
For the Passover. We are leaving early.
Are there many going from here?
As you know, the Jewish community here is rather small, but there are many thousands of Jews who go there each year. Surely you know that.
They come from all over the world.
What of the Romans in the north? Vespasian hasn't returned from Rome, but it seems they have gathered strength and are being led by his son, Titus.
They pose no threat to Jerusalem. The city is well fortified and has many defenders. Besides, the Romans have had difficulty subduing even the villages of Galilee, and they have worn out their siege engines in doing that. Even if the Roman soldiers had wings, they could not pass over the walls of Jerusalem.
We go to Jerusalem every year.
It's exciting.
You're Jewish. Why don't you come too?
I wish I could.
How long has it been since you were in Jerusalem?
4 years. 4 long years. It seems like an eternity.
Nahum, I've been looking for you. Gideon has finally arrived from Jerusalem. He has news. He is at the house of Shebuel. Come.
I thought he would never get here. Let's go and see what he has to say.
I tell you truly, the city is like a ravenous beast that feeds on its own flesh. It's madness. 3 major factions are fighting one another. There is so much bloodshed that many are praying that the Romans come and deliver them. There is hunger in the city, too.
Are there not great stores of grain?
Not anymore. Those stores once held enough grain to supply the city under siege for years. It has all been destroyed. The factions have destroyed one another's supplies. Conditions are terrible. Because of the fighting, priests and worshippers alike have been killed while offering up sacrifices at the temple, as if sprinkling the altar with their own blood.
What of my brother Beriah? Did you see him?
Yes, I did. He has been conscripted by a faction led by a man named Simon, who controls the upper city. They got me, too. After many months, I escaped the city. It was your brother who helped me. The rebels are forcing into their ranks all whom they lay their hands on. They kill anyone whom they suspect might be going over to the Romans. On that point, all the factions are united. Beriah gave me this letter.
Greetings, Gideon. So, you have finally come. It's been a long time.
Yes, it was difficult to leave the city. I've just been explaining.
Gideon brings a letter from Beriah. What does he say, Rachel?
He says that there is great turmoil in the city, though it hasn't fallen to the sword of the Romans as we thought it would. He says that he has a good position with the Zealots, and that he will look after us if we come back. And he says that he loves me. Oh my, Shebuel, surely there is something we can do to help him.
What of our business, Gideon? It's been 4 years and you have told us nothing.
I tried to send word many times. The news is not good. The local authorities seized all 4 of your stores of wine. That happened a few months after you left the city.
You expect us to believe that?
I swear it's true. I swear by the living God. If I had defrauded you, would I have come here?
On what grounds did they seize our wine?
They said that you two were the legal owners, and that you and your families had abandoned the city in its time of need. They said that I had no legal right to do anything with the wine. Only you can reclaim it from them, if there is any left. As for me, I was put to work repairing and strengthening the city walls.
And what of our home?
There is someone living there.
What? Who?
Many refugees have fled to Jerusalem from Galilee, and if they see an empty house, they take advantage of it. A seller of livestock has moved into your home, along with his animals. He's selling them there. Sheep, mostly.
Sheep? Are they drinking my wine? Are they sleeping in my bed? Sheep! They probably eat better than I do. This is outrageous. I'm going back there. Shebuel, come with me. You are my friend from childhood. Just for 7 days, no more.
Nahum, my friend, I have thought and prayed about this matter for a long time. It comes to this. Will we obey the clear command of Jesus or not? He told us to leave. He did not say we could go back even for a day. We need to be obedient, to walk by faith.
Well, I'm going.
So am I.
Come with us.
Nahum, we've been friends all our lives. We have shared the same goals, the same joys, the same trials. I am ready to die for you. I have always spoken frankly to you, and I will speak frankly to you now. I will not go with you to Jerusalem. You are wrong in this.
Why?
Your vision is distorted. In looking to the past, you cannot see the blessings and opportunities that are all around you. Because your eye is on the past, you are blinded to the glorious future that Jehovah has promised to those faithful to him.
There's nothing wrong with my vision. Think of Beriah, such a dear lad. I will try to help him in any way I can, but it would be better if you were there, Shebuel.
Talk to him, Rachel. Make him understand.
Don't go, my brother. I beg you.
I must go.
What are you returning to?
To what is mine. Sheep in my house.
I'm tired. Let's rest a moment.
We don't have much farther to go. We'll soon see the gates of Jerusalem. First, we'll see the judges, to have that animal trader thrown out of our home. And soon we will be sleeping in our own bed.
I hope that man hasn't damaged anything. Are you going to see Rachel's brother?
Are you mad, woman? Beriah is with the zealots now. We want nothing to do with them.
There aren't many people on the road. Look! Who is coming? Isn't this the woman who left for the Passover with her husband and son? You spoke with them.
Aren't you the woman from Pella?
Yes. Oh, how I wish we had never left there.
What happened? Where is your husband? Your son?
They're in Jerusalem. As soon as we entered the city, zealots forced them to join their ranks. They won't allow them to leave, but my husband insisted that I go at once. There is so much bloodshed. It's horrible, so much fighting. They all want men to fight for them. They will take you too. You may be sure of it.
But we're Christians. We don't get involved in political or military affairs.
If you don't join them, they'll kill you.
Maybe we should reconsider.
Look!
I can't see clearly. What is it?
Men. Soldiers. Romans. Without number. They are marching toward us. Toward Jerusalem. They're coming. What will we do?
We are trapped. We can't go forward. We can't go back. We are trapped. We are like birds in a snare. Oh, what will we do? Oh, Jehovah, save us. Save us.
You seem happy. You must have had a good time preaching today.
I did. I met one of Philo's neighbors.
Which Philo?
Philo, who lives by the vineyard south of town. The Gentile man who has started coming to the meetings.
Oh, yes. Last week he told me that for his whole life he has yearned to know the truths from the Scriptures. He had tears in his eyes when he told me that. And he was amazed to learn how Jesus had truthfully foretold the fall of Jerusalem. Philo remarked how wise we were to listen to the warning to flee when we did. He was right about that.
Well, today his neighbor told me that Philo used to scream abuse at her family. Now he brings them food. She said that the change was nothing less than miraculous. She asked if we had given him a magical potion to make him change so. If we did, she said, give me some.
I've just updated our records. In Pella alone, the number of those attending Christian meetings has tripled in the 6 years we've been here. Baptism figures are encouraging, too.
Ziff spoke to me about baptism only yesterday. He says he wants to be a congregation elder one day and to teach like Ethan.
Our son is doing so well.
And so are you.
What do you mean?
We don't have what we had in Jerusalem. Life is much harder here. But you were so involved with the wine business, buying, selling. Life seemed so stressful, so complicated. Now we spend more time together as a family and in the ministry. You seem, well, happier.
I am. I feel so much closer to Jehovah. I never realized how much joy there is in helping people come to know Jehovah. When we were in Jerusalem, I worked day and night to build up the business. I told myself that I was providing for my family, and I was, abundantly so. I would preach regularly, but my heart wasn't in it. Not really. I talked about simplifying our lives so that we could expand our ministry, but it was really just talk. I never did anything. I suppose I was a little afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of getting along with less. Afraid of how others might view me. Afraid that we might not be happy.
And now?
Now I see the folly in my thinking. True happiness does not have anything to do with what the world thinks of you or what the world has to offer. What matters, what's really important, is the work that Jesus gave us to do. To walk by faith and not by sight. That's where there's real joy.
So what three lessons can be learned from the drama that we have just seen? The theme was walk by faith and not by sight, based on the words recorded in the Holy Scriptures at 2 Corinthians 5, verse 7. Lesson 1, walking by faith means trusting in God's direction. Though the command to flee Jerusalem involved sacrifice, it was a loving provision to preserve lives. Nahum and Abital sought reasons not to obey that command. We must not be like them. We must trust in Jehovah with all our heart. Proverbs 3 verse 5 says, trust in Jehovah with all your heart and do not lean upon your own understanding. If Nahum and Abital had done that and followed the good example of obedient ones like Shebuel, Rachel, and Ethan, their lives might have been saved. Will we trust God's direction today? Lesson 2, walking by faith means letting God's direction guide our steps. Nahum and Abital were enticed by worldly desires, and their steps led them back to Jerusalem and eventually their death. It might be easy to look at the events in the drama and say, well, I would never have done that. But the Bible writer James wrote that we are all enticed by our own desires and drawn out by them to where? Sin and death. The gospel writer John described what those desires are: the desire of the flesh, the desire of the eyes, and the showy display of one's means of life. We need to take care not to allow wrong desires to lead us into a course of disobedience. Disobedience cost Nahum and Abital their lives, and it could cost us that too. Are we letting God's direction guide our steps every day? Lesson 3. Walking by faith requires that we value spiritual things. Unlike Nahum, both Shebuel and Ethan viewed Jehovah's direction as a blessing, not a burden. What was the result? Shebuel, Ethan, Rachel, and Ziph were saved when that great tribulation came upon Jerusalem. They experienced the truthfulness of Jesus' words at Mark 10:29 and 30, where he said that, truly I say to you men, no man has left house or brothers or sisters or mother or father or children or fields for my sake and for sake of the good news, who will not get 100-fold now in this period of time. Houses and brothers and sisters and mothers and children and fields with persecutions, and in the coming system of things, everlasting life. We should also view Jehovah's direction as a blessing. Are we walking by faith and valuing spiritual things? Rather than let those desires, the desire of the flesh, the desire of the eyes, and the showy display of one's means of life, sidetrack us in this 21st century, so near the end of this wicked system, we must remember the next words of John. Furthermore, the world is passing away, and so is its desire. But he that does the will of God remains forever. May it be our determination always to walk by faith and not by sight and remain close to Jehovah.